For the final, we will basically be adding to the midterm. If you guys can't get the midterm questions seen for a third time right, then I'm a really crappy teacher. I take full responsibility, so if you want to prove a point, go ahead. Realize there is a cost for proving that I might be an idiot, and that would be your grade. But if it's worth it to you, I'm willing to take it. Okay. So basically, you will see the same 50 questions again. You will see the same questions again, but there will be an additional 30 questions or more. Now, one thing you guys should realize is we've gone over the same material over and over and over. How many chapters in this book did we read?
None.
Thank you for being honest. At least two that you should have read. 15 and 16. 15 was on the TMJ, right? Temporomandibular articulation, 15. So you should understand that. Of course, we should understand our jaw movements and the diagrams and all the different dimensions.
So you're going to give us diagrams this time, Ron?
If I give you a diagram, it'll only be a multiple choice question. So it's probably going to be around 80 multiple choice questions. The material that will be covered will be the same material that we covered in the lectures and in the book. The only thing that might not be in the book would be the last maybe 10 slides from our last lecture. And that covers angles classification and things. Those are all in there. One thing that I would do is on page 290 of Wheeler's book, diagram 1629, which is this silly one with all the red dots, right? Do yourself a favor and redraw this, because with all of the dots being the same color, it gets confusing as to what belongs to the mandible and the maxilla. So I would decide, pick one color for your functional cusps on the maxillary teeth, and then do the fossil or the contact color in the same color on the opposite arch. Pick another color for the functional cusps of the mandibular teeth, and draw those in on the upper arch. The other thing that I think would be helpful would be for each one of those to take an arrow and draw off and say what cusp of what tooth is fitting there. Notice on this we have fossa relationships and cusp marginal ridge relationships. Okay? So I would memorize this, redraw it on one of those diagrams. Now, on another one of those copies that you made, you need to draw the movement patterns for where those cusps are going to go. Okay? Again, I think that would be extremely helpful to get you guys to understand it. Those seem to be the things that tripped us up, and that's why you got the same questions on the take-home. Little study aid? Okay, so you should have used the quiz for a study aid. You can go back and use it over again. You should know what those movements are. Now, on the midterm, two of the questions were scored incorrectly. One of them could not be scored properly because two of the answers were exactly the same, but from different angles. One of them said a left lateral, and the other one said right mesial, mesial intrusive. Those are the same thing, so there were two answers. So that one's been stricken. Question number 7. It should have been the maxillary canine. The key said mandibular canine. The ideal intercuspal position